Welcome to Stories from the Center of the Universe, the podcast about the human experience.
Andre Buckner, welcome to the Center of the Universe, man. Thanks for coming over.
Yes, sir.
I guess we have to. Yeah, absolutely, man. You and I have known each other since we were little kids. We were supposed to start like 4 hours ago, and then somebody's kid was playing 4 hours of baseball or something on a Wednesday night. Doesn't make any sense to me, but here we are, and you were gracious enough to stick around and do this. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Buck.
Yes, sir. No problem, sir.
All right, so Buck, were you born in Ashland?
I was born in Ashland.
So where specifically were you born?
Berkeley town, baby.
You were born in the house you grew up in?
Oh, wow. Of course, I was born in Richmond.
Well, like my dad, like some people were born in homes in Ashland back in the day, but you were born in Richmond in the hospital.
But we lived in Ashland, in Berkeley town.
In Berkeley town. So describe Berkeley town.
Man, Berkeley town was awesome. Man. Best place to grow up. I mean, everybody pretty much was kind of family, or if they wasn't family, they could, spank you or whatever, and it was just close. And Berkeley town now is still close. You know what I'm saying? The community, and then you got people like Randolph-Macon is right there.
Right.
And then you got people outside of Randolph-Macon, like, just your mom and dad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Community people.
Right.
And this always was good, man. Always.
Yeah, so adults were trusted to take care of the kids kind of thing.
Can't do it now.
Yeah.
I'm saying you can't do it now, yeah.
I mean, you might be put in a jail cell for a couple minutes.
Exactly.
Which doesn't seem right to people already.
I ain't trying to do that.
No, I'm not trying to do that either.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So where did Berkeley town get its name?
Now, that I do not know. But it's historical. You know what I'm saying? Because they actually did they actually made the Berkeley town community historical. You know what I'm saying? So this was done about 3 or 4 years ago, but it's Berkeley town been around forever.
Yeah.
Way before me. You know what I'm saying? And my mom, you know what I'm saying? So it's part of the center of the universe. We're in the town of Ashland, right?
So Berkeley town essentially runs from just north of Randolph-Macon campus.
We extended it a little bit. We included like Town Square, so Town Square be Berkeley town, and then but everything on this side of the tracks.
I got
like
you.
that. And even Randolph-Macon, you know what I'm saying? But is
Randolph-Macon part of Berkeley town?
Part of Berkeley town.
So it's all.
Is it really?
Yeah.
It's the right side of 54.
Yeah.
And I could mean that all kinds of ways.
I was going to say, which direction are we traveling?
The right. Well, if we're going west.
Yeah. Okay.
Just the right side, because that's where Randolph-Macon and everything.
So the original Berkeley town was part of Randolph-Macon's campus when they moved the school.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So Berkeley town was big.
Yeah.
Oh, Berkeley town was it sounds like an actual town back in the day.
That's what it sounds like, but it's just the name,
Yeah.
We just call it BT,
Yeah, we were talking before we started recording about playing basketball at Berkeley town. We were talking about Booney, Grimes.
Yeah.
And I remember going over there playing basketball games, and when I was younger, like if the older guys weren't there, I could play. If the older guys were there, I wasn't playing that day.
Right.
Yeah. But it was fun.
They had to kick me off. They had to kick me off the court. You know what I'm saying? They always, we'd be out there first, and they come out there, and they just automatically think.
Because they're older.
Yeah, because they're older. And a lot of times we gave in, but sometimes we didn't. You know what I'm saying? I took a ball to the face one day because I didn't give in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Do you remember who threw the ball?
David Bailey. David Bailey.
It's funny that you remember that.
I went in the house, told my sister. My sister came out there, put a job on him. Put a job on him. Yeah, she's older than me, but
How much older is she?
She's 3 years older.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like nobody messed around with your sister.
No, they ain't mess with her. They ain't mess with her, man.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I when somebody said, "Hey, it's my court," and they were older than me, I'm like, "Yeah, okay." See, yeah, I can see you pushing back from time to time.
Oh yeah.
All right. So, what was your favorite sport growing up?
My favorite sport was football.
And I mean, like when you were 8, 9 years old, it was football. So,
yeah.
And you were an Ashland Viking. Mm-hmm. Who do you remember from those Viking teams?
Vikings, Lonnie Spurl.
And who left us?
Yeah.
He went to Carolina. Come on, Lonnie.
Yeah, Lonnie.
Lonnie was good. He was really good.
Then, like the seniors, you had like Meatball Anderson.
By the way,
what did you say?
Seniors. Ashland had a senior.
Did you say Meatball Anderson?
Meatball Anderson.
Dude, Ashland's got all the nicknames
fantastic.
you ever wanted.
Yeah. He was, man, he probably was the best athlete around. He was a little smaller, but he had one of them big old heads, and he, like Iron Haywood,
Right, yeah,
like
yeah,
that. And man, he could run. Man,
Wow.
he could run.
How much older was he?
He probably about 2 or 3.
Okay, because I don't remember Meatball.
Nah,
Anderson.
you don't remember him like that. He actually got killed in a car
Oh
accident.
gosh.
But he was a hell of an athlete. He was fast, and then he was always smaller, but he used to be with the older guys all the time. Man, that joker could do almost anything. Ride a motorcycle like crazy. I mean,
He was just the man.
just the man. Who else? I said Lonnie, Donnie and them. They was a little bit ahead of me, but they played Spence Anderson, his brother Pee Wee Anderson.
Yep.
All them. George Winston.
Okay.
George Winston played. Who else? Eddie Counts.
Is George Kevin's older brother?
Nah, they. I don't even think they're related.
Okay.
Yeah. Kevin, he played back then.
Yeah. Tony TC played.
TC. Twiz didn't play.
Twiz was a big kid
yeah,
too.
he didn't play Little League.
And Twiz isn't with us any longer
No,
either.
he passed also.
Yeah,
Like
crazy.
that. Yeah. Manuel Carter, he played back then. Calvin Thomas, you might
Right.
not remember.
I remember
but
Calvin.
He played basketball Little League.
Yep.
Squeak, he ain't play Ashland. He played Liberty. Rick Shelton played Ashland.
Squeak played football.
Yeah. Oh, Squeak was a hell of a defensive back.
I knew
Yeah.
he was a hell of a pitcher in
Yeah.
baseball.
He was a hell of a defensive back, and he played receiver too.
Okay.
Like that.
He was a nice athlete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He could pitch though. He could pitch.
What about Jimmy Stevenson? You remember playing with Jimmy
I
Stevenson?
remember playing with Jimmy. Like that. I remember playing with Jimmy.
Did Jimmy have any game?
Jimmy had a little jumper, a little set shot. Yeah.
He had a lot of this.
He talked it. Yeah, he talked
He's still talking somewhere, wherever he is.
He used to talk trash for me on the court.
Yeah. That was funny.
All right, so you were playing football, basketball, baseball back
Yeah.
then. Those are the only sports we could play, right? There
Right.
were no other sports. There was
Yeah,
no
I
soccer.
ain't
There's
know
no
none of that.
Yeah, I didn't know any of it either.
Used to go to Randolph Macon and they'd be out there playing lacrosse. I ain't know what it was.
Yeah, I
just
didn't
used
either.
to grab the gloves and just try to box with them. You know what I'm saying? And now, man, look at lacrosse. Lacrosse is big.
It's
man.
huge.
Yeah.
It's almost everywhere. A lot of high schools around here have club teams,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and most of those schools back in the day didn't know what lacrosse was.
I didn't know.
I didn't know.
I didn't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I as of like growing up, I'm like, man, I tried. You know what I'm saying?
Try
Like that.
anything.
Yep.
What was it? So when you were 8 years old, were you on the Ashland Vikings? So I was on that team. How come you didn't mention my name?
You asked him to mention the good
I
players.
don't even remember.
Do you remember playing Glenn Lee in the championship game?
I do.
And we lost, I think 6-0.
6-0.
And there was a final goal line stand. They were on the 1 yard line, first and goal. We held them the first 3 downs,
Yeah.
and they went for it, fourth and goal from like the half yard line. They got in. We were so bad when they got in.
Oh yeah. And we lost again, like later, as maybe like midgets, to Laurel, and Laurel had a running back. I can't think of his doggone name, but Hermitage guy. But he never played any football like in high school. I think he played at middle, like maybe Brooklyn or Moody.
Right.
But he never played like high school. And you be wondering where these guys are.
Yeah, what happens to
Yeah.
them? Yeah.
They had a guy last name, I believe his name was Chris Brown.
Chris
And
Brown.
Chris Brown, not the singer.
No, I
Chris
know who
Brown.
you're talking about.
But he was a running back. Played at Brooklyn. Played at
Yeah.
Went on to, I think he played at Henrico.
Yep.
Because Henrico and like they went to Moody and Brooklyn, and you could pretty much go to anyone, either Herm or
Right.
whatever. But like all those guys, I remember playing against Skeet Chavis, AC, Cuffy.
Yeah.
When you were a little kid.
Yeah,
When you were
little kids play. They
10,
play
11,
for
12
like
years old.
either they play for Brooklyn or either they play for Virginia Randolph Rams.
Yep.
Yeah. So and then we was related to like a lot of people in those areas. So we would go, or either they come up after the game, or we go and we play right in the yard. Or
Right.
either go to Randolph Macon and play. You know what I'm saying?
After y'all just played again.
Yeah.
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 That's cool.
Yep.
All right, so what was it about football?
I just love to hit, man. I just love to hit, man. I was a hitter.
Yeah,
I was small, but I was a hitter. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think you and I were ever in a situation, because you and I played Liberty together in 7th grade, but there were a bunch of kids on that team.
Yeah.
I don't think you and I ever.
Well,
hit.
I actually was in the 6th grade. This is when they first started letting 6th grades play. I was one of the kids that they bust over.
Okay.
Me and Eddie Counts.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were doing that.
Yeah.
But you weren't that big
I
back
won't.
then.
I won't.
But you packed a punch.
I did pack a punch.
All right. Do you think Donnie's going to listen to this?
Hey, send it to him.
All right. So look, we're going to tell the story what you said to me.
Okay. Okay.
So on Donnie's episode, we talked about the Oklahoma drill where he ran me over, and you heard that. And then what was your response to me when you heard that?
I was like, Johnny, talk about running somebody over. We playing. I'm on JV, and they on varsity. So we scrimmaging. Boom. And, they on the goal line. I hit Donnie so hard in the backfield, they took him out. They took him out. They took him out because they was like, nah, we can't have this. You know what I'm saying? The very next week, I was on varsity.
I was getting ready to say they had to pull
I
you
was
up.
on varsity.
You hit the stud running back like that.
I was on varsity. Somebody had got hurt. I think the kid, Donnie Phillips, he was a defensive end. He had got hurt, so they pulled me up. First thing, I'm playing on the kickoff team or whatever. And then I started displaying, Spence Anderson was in front of me as a tight end. Because when I went up, I was a flanker in the defensive end.
Right.
Mainly defensive end because that was my thing.
Right.
So I'm playing behind Spence. And they would put me in, when they beating people, but provided I'm only in the 9th grade. So now the next year, I try to go back down to JV. You know what I'm saying?
Because you wanted to dominate.
I wanted to. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I played 2 games on JV. I'm on varsity, and I stayed there the rest of the time. Yeah.
They're not going to suppress that talent.
Yeah, man.
There's no. So let me ask you this: you said defensive end. Sounds like that was what you like doing the most.
Oh yeah, that or either linebacker.
So you're a Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
Who on the Cowboys at the time were you watching every Sunday and going, "That's who I want to be like"?
Too tall, Ed Jones.
Too tall. Okay.
Too tall, Ed Jones.
All right.
Like
All right.
that. Or Preston Pearson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Not Drew.
Not
Preston.
Drew. Preston was a hitter.
Yeah.
Like that.
I
Drew
like
was the
Drew
had
the receiver.
hands,
Yeah.
Well, Too Tall could wreck games by himself.
Absolutely.
I think he pretty much was a defensive tackle, but he might have been in. Yeah.
I think he played both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was tough, man.
And Randy White in the middle. I mean, that was
Randy
a
White was
ridiculous
in the middle.
team.
Yep. Doomsday, baby.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were outstanding back then.
Yes.
No, like, I'm not trying to give you too much grief about being a Cowboys fan, but it's been a minute since they've been good.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I mean, what, 95 was the last Super Bowl?
95.
Well, but at least y'all got 5 Super Bowls. My team has 2, and they've only been around since '76. Kevin, how many does your team have?
0. Absolutely none. Thank you, Paul. But we just got Khalil Mack.
Yeah.
So shut it.
Yeah, we'll see if everybody stays healthy. They should be great if they stay healthy.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go back to being 8, 9, 10, 11 years old playing basketball. We're playing sports. Basketball, you and I were on the same team.
Yeah.
And we had Rod Henry on our team. And Rod could have won a lot of games back then by himself.
Yeah.
He could score.
Yeah, he could. He was quicker than everybody else.
He's quicker, but he had a nice shot, too.
Yeah.
And he was smooth.
Me, back then, I was just learning the game.
Yeah.
And that was my first time actually playing, like, organized basketball. I always played out Gandy.
Right.
But I remember taking a charge against Glen Allen one time. And that was the first I didn't even know what I was doing.
You didn't know what a charge meant.
I didn't. I just stood on that baseline, and the big dude from Glen Allen, had the glasses.
Kevin, was it Kevin Seifert or something like that?
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Man, that joker ran over top of me. You know what I'm saying? And after that,
Did they call it?
They called it.
Okay.
They called it. I was like, man,
Hold on a second. Are you a Duke fan?
I am a Duke fan.
Well, that explains that.
Well, hold on. Let's not get sidetracked. I'm
He took a charge as a 9-year-old. He has to be a Duke fan.
Kevin's getting excited because he's a UNC fan.
Yeah.
Oh, he knows.
And by the way, I love it when UNC and Duke play each other because at least one of them has to lose.
Yeah, you're right.
And the bad news is somebody has to win on that game.
How did y'all do in the NIT tonight? Did you win?
I deserve that since I brought up those Super Bowl Chargers. All right, but that team, that was the first year you had played.
Yeah.
Who was the coach of that team?
Your dad.
My dad. Was he
There
the
he
best
is.
basketball coach you could have ever hoped for?
He was really good. He was really good. He took his time with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And because I was just learning. You know, I had never played. You know what I'm saying? You know, so and we had the kid was Reynolds.
McReynolds.
Yeah. I think he ended up passing.
Oh my gosh, really?
I'm not sure. I think he was in a car accident also.
Oh gosh.
Like that. I'm not sure though, but
Yeah.
I think so. You know what I'm saying?
We're mentioning too many people that have passed, and
Yeah.
we're not that old.
Nah, we're not.
We ain't that young either.
You're right about that too. Yeah, but I had fun. So much fun, man. We were good.
Oh man,
good.
we were in the championship game
Yeah.
for like I guess it was like Ashland plus Western Henrico.
Yeah, Glen Allen, little area.
Yeah.
Like that. And we ended up playing them, man, them girls. Brooklyn Babe.
Yeah, they had Kevin, whatever his last Seifert or whatever his
Yeah.
last name was, and that Shannon kid. He was a giant kid
Yeah.
too. And then they had a couple girls on the team that were also
girls.
tall.
They was good.
They were good and
They were good,
and they were
yeah.
big. And we were tight with them. We were down 1 point.
Yeah.
Rod didn't pass a whole lot, but Rod happened to pass me the ball at the free throw line with time running out, and I went up to shoot, and Brian was wide open under the basket, so I passed to him. Like the old Othell Wilson, remember Othell
Yeah.
Wilson back at UVA? He would go up for like a 15-foot jumper, and then he'd pass wide open
A little
layup.
dump off.
Yeah, and I loved Othell, so I'm like, oh, it's right there. And Brian missed the layup,
Sorry,
Stick
Brian.
back.
and
Yeah.
we ended up losing that game. I wanted to beat them so bad.
They was actually beating us pretty good, I think. And
Yeah, we made a
came
comeback.
back, Yeah.
Yeah, we were down double digits. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
I knew we was in trouble because I thought we was a win, but I knew we was getting in trouble because that one kid was over there on the sidelines doing flips, like running and doing flips. I said, "Oh man, we in trouble, man. We in trouble." You know what I'm saying? I had never seen nothing like that. And this
I hadn't either.
Yeah, this is a boy flipping. You know what I'm saying? Like running on the sideline. We were playing at Brooklyn, weren't we?
Yeah, we were at Brooklyn.
Playing
Yeah.
at Brooklyn. He's flipping. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, you know.
That's intimidating.
Yeah.
When you're that age.
Yeah.
What the
Yeah.
heck?
Yeah.
I think we played together 2 years on that team.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
and that the Brooklyn game I think was the second year we played together.
Second
Yeah.
year, because like in the first year in Ashland, we would battle with Richard Reynolds. on
Yeah,
the
they
team.
didn't have anything for us.
Nah, they really didn't.
They might have beat us one time out of like four, maybe.
I don't even think they beat us.
I don't think they did
Yeah, I
either.
don't think
Hey,
they beat
well,
us.
look, you and I are in front of the mics.
Yeah.
yeah, they didn't beat
So
us
you were undefeated.
Yeah,
against them.
in Ashland, you know.
Absolutely.
But it was fun, man. It was really fun
Well, Ross Luck was on that team too.
on that
On Rich's team.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yep. Ross, hell of an athlete, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
But they didn't have anything for us.
Nah.
Did you just say that was Rich Reynolds' team?
It was
Yeah.
Rich could shoot.
Yeah.
he could shoot.
Okay.
He wasn't going to set any 40-yard dash records, but he could shoot.
The shuffler.
Yeah.
And then I had forgotten you played baseball too, but you played for the Braves.
Yeah.
The Braves didn't win a whole lot of games, even though y'all
we
had
didn't.
y'all had Rodney.
Like we didn't. We snuck a couple in. We beat the Dodgers one time.
I don't remember that, Buck.
I think we beat the Dodgers one time. But this might have been like the second year.
We were 11.
Yeah. Like that with they had Clay
Sylvia,
them.
and Logan was not on that
He
team
wasn't on that team.
because Logan and Bubba were a year.
Yeah,
ahead.
they went up. And then who else? See that team I still had Rick Shelton, Squeak Waller, Ray Sylvia was at third baseman, and Glenn Doggett
Yep.
was playing on that team. You
Yep.
know, so dad, Glenn Doggett's dad was the coach.
Yeah,
Dad.
that's right.
So yeah.
Yeah, Squeak was y'all's best player.
Yeah.
It wasn't even close.
And well, Rick was tough too.
Yeah.
Rick Shelton was tough too.
You sure y'all beat the Dodgers?
I think so.
Well,
it was a close game.
Squeak
And
must have been pitching.
The Yankees. We played the Yankees with the Carl Foster and who else was on that team? But
Yeah, Carl was a nice player.
Rico Morris was on that team.
Oh, yeah.
he was on that team. Yeah. But after that, I went to the Astros. I didn't even finish the whole season that year because I think I was cutting up in school. So my mom pulled me like that, and then I went to Liberty.
Cutting up like not going to class or causing trouble?
Causing trouble.
Okay.
Causing trouble. I always went to class, but I was a jokester. You know
I was going to say the class clowns had
yeah,
trouble.
Yeah, that didn't shut up. you
Yeah,
know.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
What would your mom do when she found out about that?
Shoot, she'd spank me. She'd spank me, or just take stuff away from me because she knew that I love sports. You know what I'm saying? So she'd take it away from me. My brother, he still got to play because he's a little goody two shoes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he's
your younger brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he still got to play, but I was taking it off. Like, but that only happened. It only happened like twice. I said, nah, I'm staying.
You learned quick.
Yeah, I'm staying on. Yep.
Did you play baseball in high school?
1 year.
Okay.
In the 10th grade.
And then it just wasn't your thing anymore?
That wasn't my thing. I went running track.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was your sprinter?
I only sprinted when somebody needed, like somebody was hurt or something, or we needed some extra points. I was a high jumper, long jumper. I ran the 400, and I ran the 4x1 relay.
Because you were fast.
I was pretty fast. Yep.
Well, you could jump too, apparently.
I could jump. I actually,
dude, when we were like 10 years old, I'm like, what in the world did happen over there? He just jumped like 3 times higher than I can jump. I don't understand it.
But see, I didn't know how to then, like that. So I actually have the school sack. Well, I got a couple records. I had a couple records at Patrick Henry. I got my name was up there in rebounds. I broke the 400 record. I broke the high jump record. The high jump record was 6'5". I cleared 6'8", but I didn't get off the mat in time. The bar fell, so it stuck at 6'5". So I'm tied with 6'5" with Chris Clark. He was a year ahead of me, and the sack record. I had the sack record. Kid I coached named Dietrich Edwards. I taught him everything I know. You know what I'm saying?
We coach Dietrich in basketball.
Yeah, we taught him everything he knows.
Yeah, I did.
Yes,
yeah,
we
I
did.
did. I remember that.
We pick him up for the games.
Yeah,
because that's how good he was.
Man, I coached him and taught him everything I knew. That joker broke my record. He beat me. My record lasts about 13, 14 years.
He wasn't a huge kid, though, was he?
He won't.
He was just very athletic, and he was smooth. Hand-eye coordination was awesome.
He listened.
He's a great kid.
Like that one game, we was actually out. I went back to coaching, and we were playing LC Bird. LC Bird was undefeated. They was killing us, just moving the ball. They had your kid, that UVA, Jason
Snelling.
Yeah, had him, and he was just running all over. I told Dietrich, I said, man, these guys coming at you. I said, you got to duck up on them. So he started ducking up on them. Man, he was killing that quarterback, killing the quarterback, because he was dipping his shoulder and getting by them big guys, So yeah, Dietrich was pretty good too.
Dietrich, they were like 14 years old, maybe 13, 14, something like that. Yeah. And Kevin and I coached together, and all the other coaches were dads. Kevin and I didn't have kids at this point. And Dietrich was so good that he could take over games by himself, and it wasn't fair.
Right.
And Dietrich was cool. He passed the ball and he was good to his teammates, but it was like he was a different. It was like he was 4 years older than everybody else, kind of thing. Where's he now?
He's in Richmond. He's married. Has just had a little baby.
Okay.
Has a stepson. His stepson actually plays for my basketball team, my little league basketball team, and I think he has one on the way.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's been married for about 3 years now.
What are the chances we get Dietrich here?
You can get him here.
Okay.
You can get him here.
I mean, if he's anything like he was when he was a teenager, I love that kid.
Yeah, he was a great kid.
He's in his church now. He's a deacon.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So he's, you could get him here.
I'd love to see him again. We haven't seen him since he was 14.
To that age, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so high jump 6'5". How about long jump? What was your distance?
Long jump like 21, maybe 22.
Doesn't make any sense.
Really, that's all? Jeez, 21.
But we had my cousin Manuel Carter. He out jumped me.
Really?
Because he was faster than me. So
he's not very. He was never big, though.
And man, he was skinny as I don't know what.
Yeah.
It's
and
cut through the
just
air.
Fly, man, just fly like that.
Yeah, he was fast. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. A strong breeze would push him back.
Yeah, he was light.
He was super light.
Yeah.
Oh man! All right, so let's get back to football. Mm-hmm. You get pulled up as a freshman, and you got pulled up like you're at an entirely different school. And Gandy and Liberty weren't that close to each other,
right?
And they're pulling you and one other kid to come play on the middle school team.
Well, they actually came. I was at practice. I was trying to play for Ashland, playing for the juniors. And, you know, that started before Liberty started. They came to our practice and said, we want to take you. All of us was playing for Ashland. And y'all come on out and try out. So I went and tried out, and I made the team. And
you and one other kid made the team.
Me and one other team. Yeah, me and one other kid, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And so by the time you were in 7th grade, you were...
I was starting then.
Yeah. So you and I were in 7th grade at the same time.
Yeah.
I was not starting. I think we had 3.5 strings, and I was in that 4th string.
3.5 strings.
I was a kid that would, we're going to run first team offense.
Yeah.
And I was one of the kids that just got run over on scrub defense.
That's a team with Scoop, Scotty Straw.
When you were in 8th grade or 7th grade?
7th grade.
Yeah, Donnie was on the team.
Donnie, all them.
Our third.
I was 6th grade. I was 6th grade then.
You were a year behind me?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Our third string running back, I don't remember his name, but he ran me over in practice. I know I'm talking about getting run over a lot playing at Liberty, but I hadn't been through puberty yet. It was a third string running back. And so I'm going to go, like with Donnie, I'm going to like back off of Donnie a little bit, just let him do his thing. But I'm going to try to hit this kid hard. I hit him, and he hit me hard enough that I slowed him down a little bit. But he just kept running, and I held on to him. He dragged me like 10 yards, and your shin bone, he'd taken all the skin off my shin bone.
Wow.
From just dragging.
Dragging you.
Yeah, it was crazy.
You got to know your role. Gil.
Calvin Banks,
Speaking,
Johnson.
Oh my gosh, two of the nicest people you'll ever meet.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I didn't think you were going to get any nicer than Calvin. Then you said Rodney right behind him.
Yeah. They grew up together. You know, Calvin's a jokester. Well, Putty used to be a jokester too. He just keep you laughing. You know, keep you laughing.
And these guys are still around?
Yeah.
I don't mean living. I mean like they're living in the
still
area.
around.
Yeah.
Calvin lives in Richmond, but Putty lives in Henrico.
Okay.
Yeah, but they're still around. Yep. We can get in contact with them.
Another nickname.
Yeah.
There's tons of them.
Yeah,
I'm
Calvin.
loving it.
We used to call him Biggs. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing's beaten Meatball yet.
Nah, Meatball was the man.
And out of all these names, Meatball's the only one I hadn't heard of.
Yeah.
Squeak's kind of close.
Yeah.
Who was the best athlete that you had ever been around that was from the Ashland area? Any age?
Well, Donnie was one. Scoop was one. But I had a cousin, Udi's brother, Wade King. And he's deceased now too. Man, he probably was the best thing. Man, I mean, anything he touched was like gold. You know,
How much older was he?
He was younger.
Oh, he's younger.
Yeah, he was younger. He probably was 4 years, maybe 5 years younger than us.
And did he play through high school?
He played maybe his freshman year.
That's it.
Yeah, like that.
He just couldn't get his stuff together?
Couldn't get it together.
Yeah.
Yeah, streets, you know.
Yeah, Donnie and I were talking about Arthur Farmer and how good of an athlete he was.
Real deal.
Oh,
He
my
was real
gosh.
deal.
Justin Taylor.
Yeah, JT probably was one of the best too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had like Notre Dame and all of them coming to see him, you know, as a 10th grader. You know, he was ahead of Donnie.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like that. He was ahead of Donnie. And man, everybody talked about JT.
And JT's nice as he can be,
Yeah,
too.
he is. Yeah, he was real humble.
Yeah.
Real humble.
I wished he had made it in the college ranks. And he might have scared a pro opportunity,
Yeah,
too.
he tried out for the Scab team.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, like that. But he played a little semi-pro too.
Okay.
But after that, he just hung it up, you know.
He's still around, too.
Yeah, he's still around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah.
I see him from time to time, actually, but it's like every 5 or 6 years. It's not that often.
Yeah.
He's always been nice to me every time I've
Oh,
seen
yeah,
him.
he's good people.
All right,
good people.
so fondest memory from playing at Patrick Henry.
Fondest.
Your best memory.
I had a lot.
Was it hitting Donnie, knocking him out of the scrimmage?
Nah, that was just a scrimmage. When they had graduated, I was playing against Henrico. Scoop had graduated the year before. So he had came back for this game, and he was just hyping me up. This particular game, I had like 22 tackles in the first half.
First half?
Their offense only ran 22 plays.
Every tackle made
Just
number
about.
72, Buckner.
I had
What was your number?
I was number 82.
Okay.
Then.
That's
close.
Yeah. But, you know, my position changed. So at first I was 21, and then I was 82. and 82 for the last 2 years.
Because you were playing on offense,
Yeah,
too.
playing offense and defense. So Scoop was at the game, and he was just hyping me up.
Scoop had just come off of Player of the Year
Yeah,
the year before.
yeah. He was just hyping me up, and I was getting it. Every time they could run away from me, I still was making plays. But see, like I was fast.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? People didn't know how fast I really was because of the positions I played. I never had to use my speed like that.
There's a lot of quick burst stuff.
Yeah, like that. But I didn't really know I was that fast until I started trying out like for the league, for like NFL and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But I actually ran a 4.49 3/40. You know what I'm saying? And that's just come from me just working out. You know what I'm saying? You know, I had to. You know, I was doing the right stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know.
What weight were you when you ran a 4.49?
I was 225. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yep.
All right, let's come back to the fondest memory. Is there a game you remember in particular? Or is it the 22 tackle game?
22 tackle.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Who was that against?
Henrico.
Was Henrico good back then?
They were real good. They had Carlos McNeil. The guy I was telling you about, Tim Jones. Who else?
Charlie Woody.
Woody was on the basketball team. Yeah, he was on the basketball.
He played football.
He didn't play football. But all them guys was on the basketball team too.
Yeah.
And they was real deal. They had
Rayford Giles.
Rayful. They had Melvin Ward, Stacy Cunningham, Tim Jones, kid named Butterball, Jay Johnson, which was my cousin. Who else?
Did Butterball have a last name?
I don't know Butterball last name, but Butterball was sweet. He could handle the ball, man, like Muggsy Bogues. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Smooth like butter.
That's it. Had a guy named Guy. His last name was Williams. Brent Williams' older brother. Who else? They were tough, man. They were tough, but we
But
we ended up beating them.
you tackled them 22 times in the first half.
I was killing them. I was killing them. They could, like I said, they could run away from me and all that. I still was chasing them down.
So you were the guy that if somebody got loose, you were the guy chasing them down.
Me and Manuel Carter. And Rip Gordon was fast too. He could catch them like that. But I try to get them before they get going. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
the easiest way to do it.
Yeah.
Well, that's best for the team too. Yeah. All right. So when you were looking at graduating high school, what did you think you were going to do?
I didn't know.
Like most kids.
I didn't know. I ain't really have a clue. So it got down to like last minute. You know what I'm saying? I had decent grades, so I could have went to like almost any school. Coach Long took me to Shawan, took me to St. Paul's, like that, and St. Paul's hadn't won a game in that forever.
They're not known as a great football school.
Yeah, exactly. And so I'm a senior, and I probably only lost like maybe 5 games in my lifetime.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to go there. You know, so Virginia State.
I mean, a lot of kids come to that conclusion.
Yeah, Virginia State, Hampton, all them schools was like looking at me or whatever. They had even said something about UVA, but I knew I couldn't get in UVA. You know what I'm saying? But because for one, I ain't had the money like that, and I knew I couldn't. But then another school, because I was decent in track, Davidson. They were looking at me, and I didn't know anything about them either. You know
I hadn't heard of them when I was in high school.
Yeah. So I ended up, I said, man, well, shoot. My cousin, he was in the military, and he was a recruiter. So he came and got me. He was like, man, I'm going to take you past this, to this ASVAB or whatever. And I ended up scoring real high on the ASVAB. So I could have got any job that I wanted to. But what limited me, I was colorblind. So my jobs was limited. So
being colorblind's but tough in the military.
Yeah, so I ended up being a diesel engineer.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I worked, did some stuff with like SEALs and CBs and stuff like that. I would snipe boats, so I could drive a boat. I could work on the engines, you know what I'm saying? But I hated it, you know what I'm saying? Because I spent so much time on it, you know what I'm saying? So I said, once I get out here, I ain't touching another wrench a day in my life, you know what I'm saying?
Because you were in for what, 6?
I was in 6 active, and then I did 4.5 active reserve.
Okay.
Like that. So, yeah, I did 10.5, 11, yeah. So now I'm in active reserve.
Right.
They'll call you every now and then. You still living? Yeah. How you doing? Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, they call you?
Yeah, they call.
They stopped calling me a while ago.
You're good.
What's your fondest memory from basic? And by fondest, I mean just the most memorable.
That doggone gas chamber, man.
Doesn't seem right, does it?
Man.
Explain this.
Oh my God.
Well, he can give the Navy version. I can give a quick Army version.
You go in there and now when I was in the Navy, I was the master at arms. So I was like, the big guy or whatever. So you had to be.
You were in charge of your class.
Yeah. You had to be like one of the last coming out, and you had to give your name, rank, social security number, and all that. And these guys in front of. Meanwhile, you can't breathe. You know what I'm saying? So
it's painful too.
Oh, it's real painful. You crying, snot coming out your nose, everything. So this person was in front of me. I think he was from Alabama somewhere. He gets up there and he's stumbling. Stammering, whatever. Man, I kicked that dude in the back, man. I was like, get out of here, And then finally, I said my stuff and I just ran out of the building. I just did like this, and the air kept coming back, and they kept telling you, don't touch your face, don't touch your privates, and all that stuff like that. That was the worst. The worst, man. The worst.
Yeah, they put basically everybody through that.
Man.
Everybody's got to do that at least once. And there's some, like in the Army, you go through it multiple times. Like you're the unit you're in can decide that they want that to be part of your training.
I'm so glad that was the end. So I still can smell that stuff and taste it. What I'm saying?
Is this supposed to like get you used to being in a situation like that?
Yeah.
Or?
And not freaking out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Mainly not freaking out, but because you never know with these stuff today, like chemical warfare and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? So that's what they really trying to train you for. But that was enough for me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
because you were in during Desert Storm.
Yeah, I actually was in the Gulf doing that.
You were in the Persian Gulf.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so what was that like, being over there at that time?
Man, I still suffer from stuff, man. Because,
really?
Like stand and watch. We used to call it like Scud missile watch. You know what I'm saying? So you up at night after 12 and you watching to see if a missile coming from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy.
And you're doing it for crazy hours.
Yeah.
Like crazy in terms of length of time as well as time
Mm-hmm.
of day or time of night.
Yeah. You might be on 12, you know what I'm saying, off 2. And then you back doing something else, you know what I'm saying? But they tried to balance it out a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But it was tough.
Yeah.
It was tough.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, most people don't understand it.
Yeah, and then you come in, why did I sign up for this? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And why are we even in a war? You know what I'm saying? I was home on leave and they called me back early. And then the next day is like a day traveling because I was stationed in Italy. So the travel time, they're 6 hours behind us. So a whole day, I'm back. The very next morning, we leaving out. You know what I'm saying? We going to the Gulf then. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
No time.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I could have stayed at home, went AWOL or something, you know what I'm saying? But I was in it then, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm glad you didn't go AWOL. That would have ended very differently for you.
Well, thank you for your service.
Yeah, thank you. Sir.
Absolutely.
They call it UA in the unauthorized absence.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I've had a few of those.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about any of that. But you had some fond memories of being in the Navy.
Yeah, I mean, just seeing the world a little bit,
Oh man, you Navy guys get to see all kinds of.
I've been all over, man, all over Europe.
What's your favorite destination not in the U.S.?
Milan. Like that was the fashion capital of the world.
Yeah,
and the women, oh Lord, they were so beautiful. Man.
Lots of really attractive women.
Man, really, really attractive.
Yeah, Milan's like it is the place to go for fashion in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you got to go there as a Navy guy.
Man, it was crazy.
You never got in any trouble on shore, did you?
Nah.
But some of the other guys did.
Yeah, a lot of them. I won't into that stuff, man. I was an athlete, you know what I'm saying? So I played football, I played softball, and I played basketball. They would actually like fly us out. I'd be gone for like 2 weeks at a time.
Playing a sport.
Just playing a sport, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And y'all were playing like no kid in contact football.
Yeah. And I actually played some contact. It was 8-man ball though, like that. So we played some contact, and then we played like 7-on-7 type stuff, But all that was fun, man. I was so in shape, man. I was lifting and running. I was in shape, man.
You had time to do
yeah,
it.
yeah. That's all I did, because I used to, like I told you, I used to work with the SEALs, and that day started at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we'd be finished by 9. So I ain't had nothing else to do but work out.
That was the commercial that they played when we were younger. Mm-hmm. So diesel mechanic, but you were also working out all the time. Mm-hmm. You were also playing sports.
Yeah.
Were you playing against like Army, Air Force, that kind of thing, or just within the Navy?
We played Army, we played Navy, we played even like some of the countries we were in. We played against like their national teams.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I played when we was in Portugal, we played against their national team.
In what sport?
In basketball.
Okay.
In basketball. Football and softball, we just played against like other bases.
Other Americans.
Yeah, other Americans that but we would travel. Like we would it was called all culminated. So your best players was on these teams. So we would go, let's say we go to Spain and play. You know what I'm saying? And just play for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah,
Wow.
It was like vacation. You know what I'm saying? It was fun.
That's amazing.
It was fun.
Did the Navy try to get you to re-up?
They did.
And what was your answer to that?
Hey, I'll see you later. that morning that I was getting off the ship, the captain came to me because the captain loved me because I was playing sports for him and everything.
You made him look good.
I did.
Yeah.
And he came to me. He said, "You sure you don't want to staying?" I said, "Sir, I gotta go. They was leaving that morning, and this is when everything was like going on in Somalia. They were leaving that morning, going to Somalia. I don't know nothing about Somalia. I'm going home.
This is what, 93, 90?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. 6 years is plenty.
Yeah.
You did 6 more years than most people do.
And the only reason I was extended like that, they extended me. I didn't extend myself. They extended me, gave me a bonus because of the golf stuff was going on earlier. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So they extended us,
Yeah.
I actually, in the military, man, I really don't have nothing bad to say about it. I made the best of it. They everywhere I went, they made me like security force and all that stuff. I'm on firefighting teams. I became actually pretty good at that.
A lot of additional responsibilities.
Yeah. I was so good at that because when you out there, who gonna put the fire out? You ain't got nobody coming. You know what I'm saying? So you got to learn how to do that stuff.
You got to learn how to do everything. It's your own little community.
Damage control, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I was on a firefighting team. I was the number 1 nozzleman, and each duty group has to go through like the fire simulator and all that stuff, and to pass, they kept taking me out of my duty group to help other duty groups to pass, and I did it. I did it probably like 3 times. Now, meanwhile, you donning this suit, it can be like 80 or 90 degrees outside. You put the suit on now, it's 115.
I was gonna say it's 120.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then you going inside a building that's who knows how hot it is. And one time, the very last time I did it, I passed out because I was just dehydrated or whatever.
Yeah.
Man, as soon as I took that suit off, like the man, I just went on out like that. And next thing you know, they just putting cold towels, cold water on me. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, that might have been worse too. But nah, ain't nothing like the gas chamber. Ain't nothing like the gas chamber, man.
You'd rather be 180 degrees in that suit than go to the gas chamber.
I'll take that, yeah.
All right, so you knew you were getting out at some point. Mm-hmm. What did you think you were going to be doing after you got out?
Chilling. Just chilling for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I was that's it. I said, man, now I got to get a job. Because I came back home and Mom was putting pressure on me. Say, nah,
you came back to Berkeley town.
Yeah, I came back to Berkeley town. And Mom was like, nah, man, you can't do this. You know what I'm saying? So I got a job and I dabbled around a little bit, before I actually found something that I was going to do. You know what I'm saying?
You could have been a mechanic, but you didn't want to do that. You could have been a firefighter.
Could have been a firefighter like that. But all that stuff that I did in the military, I was like, man, I do not want to do this stuff. Because I spent like too much time doing it. You know, so one time we was down in a hole. And I probably was down in the hole 3 days. We didn't have, the only way we could get down up, they would bring a ladder to us and You're
talking about on the ship?
On the ship.
Yeah.
Because we was putting the engine back together. They would send foods down on ropes. So that's
It doesn't seem normal. Right?
That's how. Yeah, it won't normal. And we was that deep underwater, and but the ship had to get back running. You know what I'm saying? And after that experience right there, I said no more, no more. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy, but I still had good times.
Sure,
I still had good times.
And you like most of the guys. And,
yeah.
Yeah.
And back then, I wasn't drinking or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I was just chilling, working out.
So when you finished high school, you go in the Navy, but you have an opportunity to play sports in the Navy, and that kept your interest in those sports.
Yeah.
And so did you keep playing football after the Navy?
I came and played some semi-pro, and then I played at Union for 2 years. I went back to semi-pro, and by this time now the Speed's in Richmond. So I tried out for the Speed. I made that.
Where did they play their games?
At the Coliseum, Richmond Coliseum.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's when we had an ice hockey team here too.
Did that do anything weird when you played football?
Oh my God, it'd be so cold in there because they had to keep it because the ice was under the field.
Yeah.
So they had to keep it so cold in there, man. It could be 80 degrees outside. It's doggone like 20 in here. You know what I'm saying? And
Because you played on top of ice.
Yeah, I'd rather go outside. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But that was kind of strange too.
But it's a smaller field, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 50, 60 yards.
And it's narrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real narrow.
So what position were you playing at Union?
Linebacker.
Linebacker? Who was the quarterback then?
Chiz might have been the quarterback, and then we also had a guy from Petersburg. I can't remember his name. Donald something.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember his name. But I only played like 2 years. And then I know y'all remember Petey Hunter. He played for Dallas.
Yeah.
He came in my sophomore year. Andre Braxton from Carolina. He played. He was tough. And Monroe's there.
Was he a linebacker too?
He was a linebacker.
Yeah.
I didn't know George played.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he was tough.
All right, go ahead and name all the people you know that played semi-pro football that Andre probably knows.
So you went and then played with the Ravens, right?
Yeah, I played with the Ravens also, yeah.
Yeah, and that was with Sampson.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mike Sampson was a freak of nature.
Oh, man, he loved me. He loved me. Because I'd be on the quarterback so fast that he would just throw it up. And they get interceptions, him and C.J. Richardson.
Yeah.
And they loved me. I used to call Mike Sampson Hollywood.
I
said,
see
meet
why.
me Hollywood. I'd be rocking. I'd be bouncing. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, man, Hollywood, man. He said, I love playing with you, man. You know what I'm saying? They just love it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you took the pressure off.
Yeah, I did.
You did the dirty
playing
work.
D end or outside linebacker?
Outside linebacker. Yeah.
Now, we have a mutual friend also, Daryl McCaddy, and McCaddy used to.
McCaddy.
He would tell us that the announcer would say, "Back to the field to kick, Mr. Excitement."
Yeah,
I was like,
Excitement.
man, come on,
That's what they call
McCaddy.
him.
Ain't nobody calling you that on the field.
That's what
So
they call him.
we came out and watched y'all
Yeah.
play one time, and daggone if they didn't say, Mr.
Yep. Man, that joker was fast as lightning.
One of the fastest people, but we talk about it all the time, one of the fastest people we've ever seen in person.
So I played with and against him in softball. And I've never seen somebody that fast in person like that.
That, and not just that joker could hit the ball, man.
Yeah.
He could hit it, man.
It's crazy.
Yep. Big.
Is he the fastest guy you've ever been around? Because if there's somebody faster than Daryl McCaddy, I can't believe it.
He probably is.
I mean,
probably
flying, effortless too.
I never seen. He just, like you said, he'd be like floating, just like, and he's gone.
Gone.
And he even looked faster on the softball field.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you think
he
you
did.
can gap him? Shoot, that joker will run that thing down, man, as soon as he lead it back.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, you hit it anywhere near him. He's gonna
We
track it
played
down.
basketball with him one season. He played on our team, and I remember several times somebody get a rebound and kick it out, and I turned, he's already down there. And he wasn't cherry picking.
Right.
He was just that fast.
That fast, yeah.
He just would throw it down there. McCaddy probably got 10 points every game just on layups.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's crazy.
Big Daddy McCaddy. He was a good guy. All them guys was good guys, man.
But the Ravens, they played outside on a regulation
Outside.
field?
Outside, yeah.
So who were y'all playing? Did y'all travel?
We traveled. We played teams from Goldsburg, Lynchburg Storm, played teams from Baltimore, North Carolina, all over. We even we went to the Nationals one year. Like that. We had won everything here, like locally or whatever, and we went to Nationals one year and played. And what they ended up doing down there, they made like an all-star team. And we only had our team. You know, these guys played the whole season with us. And they made like an all-star team. They had people from everywhere. Like we ended up losing. And plus it was really cold. Really cold. We weren't used to that, you know what I'm saying? We went to Canada, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I left there, went to Union, and left Union and went back to playing semi-pro again. Like
for the speed.
For the speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a blue building that looks like it's like a field house for athletics right off 301 near Oak Knoll, Hanover High School. What was that built for?
I think they lift weights, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought it was built for one of the football teams, but I guess
I
no.
don't know.
There's big baseball in there. So I don't know what the team's name is now, but Briggs actually played on a team called Vincy that Kevin Elrod was running at the time. He's running something, but they were literally, that's where they would practice. That big building over there behind the Dollar General.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah. I thought it was for the speed.
Football, speed.
Yeah.
Nah, well, we used to play at the Coliseum.
Okay.
Yeah, we used to practice outside sometimes, and then like at Collegiate or something like that, and then we played games inside. Most of the time, we practiced. Like when we first was trying out, we was practicing outside.
Right.
And then once we got to Coliseum, we practiced there and played games there. We went to the championship, lost by second play. It was like 55-53 or something like that.
I remember those games.
Yeah.
High scoring as heck.
Yeah, it was. It was. What's the color played quarterback there too? Jimmy Miles, he played. Who else? We had a couple guys that actually played in the league that came and played. But U of R had a guy, played linebacker. I can't remember his name, tall, white guy.
Phil Janney?
Phil Janney.
You know Phil.
Yeah, I know Phil.
He played linebacker at UR.
For real?
Yeah.
I ain't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Apparently, Phil doesn't talk about himself a whole lot.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't. I tried to get him on the podcast. He's like, man, I don't have nothing to say.
I ain't know that.
Yeah, man. University of Richmond.
Okay.
Did you try out for the NFL?
I did.
Tell us about that.
Tried out for Atlanta. I tried out for Carolina, and the Jets. And then
three different years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My last tryout was when I was 28, and this is when I guess was Bobby Humphries was coaching at Detroit, and he was like, I probably was. No, that was early on. That was like maybe when I was 24, maybe. But my last tryout was 28.
Right.
So I tried out with Carolina, and I did okay like that. So my coach was Ray Easley, and he played for Atlanta, played defensive back for Atlanta. So he takes me to Atlanta. So I go down there. That's when I ran the 4.293, and I was playing basketball at Pat Skinner because I was.
Wait a minute. Did you say 4.293?
4.493. 4.493. I was like, 4.493. I mean, that's really.
Well, it's on record now. So
yeah,
4.29.
4.493. And I actually had a hairline fracture in my ankle.
And you didn't know it.
I didn't know it. They checked me out, gave me a shot of cortisone like that. So I was good. So I was, that's the fastest time I ever ran in my life. And man, once that cortisone wore off, it
was twice as bad.
Oh my God. That was the worst. That was the worst thing. So I tried out for them, tried out for Atlanta. I made it to a second cut. This particular weekend, it snowed real bad. You know what I'm saying? And Atlanta don't really get no snow.
Never.
Like that. So I couldn't go back. So after that was it. I gave it up. I think I might have played semi-pro a little bit longer. You know what I'm saying? But I was done.
This is when you were 28.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you were trying out, was this like training camp kind of thing?
It was training camp type of thing. It was like invites only.
Right.
So the Carolina one, it was like 80 some people in the camp, 8 invites only. They picked the top 2. I finished in the top 4 that weekend. Like that. And that was, I knew. I look at, even now, I look at stuff on the NFL. I knew I could have played there. Right. You know what I'm saying? But it was just, it's politics. You know what I'm saying? It's
also a coin flip, too.
Yeah, exactly.
It's that close between guys like that. Yeah.
I felt like I could have made it. You know what I'm saying? But, just to be invited only, You know, that's that. You know, I've done some stuff a lot of people can't say. You know that they've done. You know what I'm saying? So it was fun. It was fun. So now I just coach. You know what I'm saying?
But you've been coaching. You've either been playing or coaching since you were a kid.
Yeah.
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 That's cool.
Yeah, I love it.
You love coaching as much as playing?
I do. Because now you can actually give back, and then you can see the development of a kid too. You know what I'm saying? You can, like, I coached on the 94 team, or the state championship team, and I was, the weightlifting coach or whatever. And these guys, they would come in. We lost to Langley in 93. These are slow guys, slow. But they had like watered the field down, all that. We playing in Rydell cleats, rubber spikes. Mm-hmm. These guys got spikes like this, just like Hampton had.
Right.
And they beat us. You know what I'm saying? They beat us, 14-0.
This is the year before the state championship.
Yeah, year before. So that week can go by. That Monday, we back in the weight room. Mm-hmm. We was in the weight room. You know what I'm saying? And these guys swore up and down that they was going to win. And shoot, they did it.
What's the best offensive line Patrick Henry's ever had?
Everybody say that 94 team, but my year, we was pretty good too.
Yeah.
Like that 87, 80, 88, we was pretty good,
Damon Woody was on the 94 team, right?
Yeah. He was a real deal. You could tell.
He was a center, wasn't he?
No, he was a tackle.
Okay.
Tackle. Center was, who was the center? A little short guy, I forgot. But you had like Keith Short and all of them on the team too.
We played at Tech.
Yeah, played at Tech. Keith ended up being a center. Who else? I can't think of. Well, already know Donnell and them, all them.
Right.
Kima Lewis, Ricky Wickerson, all them guys, man. Those guys. We had 2 kids in each spot. In the same with the 97 team, we had 2 kids in each spot. So we knew we was going to win. You knew you was going to win. But like I said, I still believe if we had better weather, you know what I'm saying, or just playing better, I believe we would have gave Hampton a go.
Yeah.
Like the very next year, we ended up playing them again, but they crushed us again that year. You know what I'm saying?
Well, both teams had a lot of talent.
Yeah.
I was pulling for Patrick Henry both times.
Yeah.
Man.
They both was undefeated, you know what I'm saying, both times, but they got the better. And Hampton, that particular year, Ronald Curry was All-American basketball and football. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
McDonald's All-American.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he was a real deal. What he's doing now, he's coaching in the NFL. I think he coaches for the Raiders.
He's a receivers coach for the Raiders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he played for them. He played for the Raiders also.
I think that's the only team he did play for.
Yeah.
As a receiver, ironically enough.
Yeah.
He's that good of an athlete. It's funny that we had Ahmad Hawkins and Dwight Vick on the show, on the podcast, talking about the Hampton point of view, and now we've had Donnie and yourself.
You should listen to Ahmad's.
Yeah, I need to listen to that.
Giving us the Patrick Henry point of view. That's pretty cool.
The defensive back he was talking about was Dominique Smith. Dominique Smith was the DB that supposed to have been real deal or whatever. He ended up going to Houston to play basketball.
Okay.
Like that. So he was a good athlete too. E.T. Jackson. It was real deal. Butch Jackson's son.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right on. So you're coaching your kids, or you just coaching whoever before you?
Well, I coach now. I coach at the high school too. So I coach my kid now. You know what I'm saying? His little league team or whatever.
Wait, you're the coach of the football team?
Yeah, I coach football too. Yeah.
How's he doing?
He's my son.
Yeah.
He real deal, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, he real deal. On the football field. Basketball, he's still learning the game.
Yeah.
He plays defense. And he can jump. The joker can jump. He plays defense, takes blocks. He has, like the stuff he had with that Lionel was teaching him or whatever. He has all that, but he don't use it. He rubber past the ball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So, but football on the football field, he's real deal. It's kind of scary for him to be as young, to be as good as he is. But with him, he don't have no confidence. Everybody that comes around him, man, AJ sweet, AJ, this and that, he's tough. Like he knows how to, like on the basketball court, he'll fall. He knows how to get up because he plays football.
Right.
So a lot of kids don't, they be hurt. They got to come out the game, but he ain't coming out. unless it's sticking out of skin. You know what I'm saying?
This is your 10-year-old?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he still playing with TJ and them or Lionel or
No. Like Lionel and them play in the league.
Yeah.
Like that his kids play in the league, but he played on a different team.
Oh, okay.
Like we actually have an Ashland team.
Oh, okay.
So they let us put the whole Ashland team in.
Good.
10 and 11-year-old.
We should have an Ashland team.
Yeah. Yep.
The center of the universe.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
That's what I'm talking about. So what do you do for work these days?
I am working as an RBT, which is called a registered behavior technician with SPED kids. I'm not certified yet. I just got to pass the test.
Right.
I've actually taken it twice and failed it, a couple times, but I only failed by like 3 points, 5 points, like that. So the next time I take it, I should pass it, like that. It was kind of tough.
Without giving away too much detail, what is a typical day like for you?
It can be anything, man.
Unpredictable.
Yeah, unpredictable.
My wife says you're a saint.
That's right, because your boys go through Oklahoma.
Yeah, we see Buck there, but just knowing what you do, and your wife too. She says the same thing about her. What you do for the kids is you can't measure it.
Right.
I mean, because they need people.
They do.
Like
Really
you
do.
have the compassion, the patience.
Yeah.
Not everybody has that.
You got to have patience.
Yeah.
Definitely got to have patience.
A lot of society doesn't pay attention to
Right.
those kids.
Right.
Yeah. Are you exhausted at the end of those days?
Sometimes, but I'm so used to it now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And plus, with coaching and all that stuff, that's my outlet. You know what I'm saying? So I'll leave home like maybe 6:30, 6:45, and I don't come back till maybe 9:30, 10 sometimes.
Or tonight even later.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I'm amongst family and friends.
Yeah, it's all good. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the Cowboys, because your star is on your hat, and I can't avoid seeing it. What are they going to do over the next year or two?
Man, we got to get right, man. I don't even know.
How do you do that though?
How do we do that? We got to.
And how do you get rid of Amari Cooper?
It's
Because
business.
It's too
This
much
is
money.
business,
Too much money?
It would have counted against the cap. It
Yeah.
would have counted like maybe $29 million against the cap.
Now, if you hadn't assigned Dak to so much money, would that have helped?
But Dak renegotiated his contract.
Oh, did he?
To try to help?
Yeah.
Okay, so Dak wants to win.
Yeah, he do.
I got nothing bad to say about Dak. I don't. I
don't either. Yeah.
I think he's a really good quarterback who could be great.
Yeah.
He has flashes of greatness, and I guess maybe the consistency. But you got to have a running game, and it's so. You tell us.
We haven't had it. I mean, Zeke can run, but last year he played hurt. But he still, even before that, he was like out of shape. You know what I'm saying? This year he actually was in shape, and you thought he was going to have a good year, but he ended up hurting something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got to run the ball more, and don't abandon the run.
Right.
So much, because we just throwing the ball.
Yeah.
He had a game threw for 500 yards. Why? You know what I'm saying?
The Cowboys have. Look, I'm a Chargers fan, so I can't say anything about it. You're like an enigma, though. It's like some weeks I watch them and I'm like, holy crap, they're getting their stuff together. This is going to be the team. And then they lose 3 games in a row to teams they should beat.
The next week, who's going to show up?
Yeah, it's amazing.
We didn't show up at all against the 49ers.
Do you like your coach?
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't either.
Because he did nothing. You
No.
know what I'm saying? He won a Super Bowl with Green Bay.
Yeah, with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Which, I shouldn't say it
I
like
could have
that.
won that, with Aaron, But I don't. He's, time management is terrible.
No idea.
The last
what
minute
I'm
of the
saying?
game, he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, he don't at all.
He's like Andy Reid.
Doggone 2 minutes in the game, he don't know what's going on.
No idea. No idea. I mean, your season ended because of it.
Yep. And you saw it. You saw every game that we lost this year. We lost either kicking, time management, but time management was the most. You know what I'm saying? Every game we lost because of something went on. You know what I'm saying?
If you would have lost to us.
Yeah.
But your kicker kicked a 57-yarder
Yeah.
to bail him out because he messed the clock up then.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Paul.
No, I was going to say, if you look at the roster for Dallas, there's not a weak position on either side of the ball. Now, special teams may be a different question, but there's probably as much talent on that team as there is in any of the
Anywhere.
next 5 best teams.
And people know it.
And it's got to come down to coaching, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
So Sean Payton, enter Sean Payton.
They were talking about it, you know what I'm saying? And I think he will. I think he's gonna take this year off, and we'll have to lose again, and to sacrifice, But I think even if we win, I think old boy is gone.
Yeah,
like he kind of knows it.
He'd have to win the Super Bowl this year for him to stay.
Yeah,
I'm surprised he's still the coach.
I am too.
Man, I thought they was gonna get rid of him mid-season.
They maybe should have.
No, but look how long they kept Jason Garrett, and I know there was things, the relationship with all that stuff. But I mean, we kept Norv Turner for too long. I mean, you can't keep going 8-8. You just can't.
Yeah, we was subpar, man.
Yeah.
Well, 8-8's the worst, right? Because you're not making the playoffs, and you're not getting a great draft pick.
Now you 15th pick.
Now you can make it.
Yeah.
But you got one more game. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. Somebody made it 7-9, I believe.
A couple Seahawks did it one year.
Yeah.
And they won the next playoff game. They beat the Saints. Mm-hmm. Yeah, crazy. All right, ask him your question.
Well, before we go there, how much faith do you have that Duke is going to...
Well, why are we going back?
No, I want to know because the NCAA tournament starts tomorrow.
Oh, that's a fair point.
Coach K's last tournament.
Yeah.
And wait a minute. Hold on, let's back up. I'm not a Duke fan. I'm not a UNC fan. I'm a UVA guy through and through. And when UNC beat Duke, Coach K's last game at Duke, it made me very happy. and then Virginia Tech, of all teams, Virginia Tech beats them in the ACC championship game. It made me happy again.
Right.
So what do you think? What do you think their chances are?
Do you want to hear what I want or what I think?
No,
let's hear both. Let's hear both.
I want them to have this last ride. You know what I'm saying? I think Elite Eight maybe. Even though I picked us to win it. Like to beat Baylor or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But it's going to be really tough. It's going to be really tough.
We talked about it on our other sister podcast on Monday, and I think the overwhelming thought was the kids are going to tighten up. I mean, this could be Coach K's last game.
Yeah.
Second half of a close game, I don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
Right? To me, and I said this Monday, give the ball to Banchero and just let him try to score every time if it comes down to that, because no one can guard that guy.
Right.
But that's not good basketball. I get it. But
he's not. I mean, the close games that we had this year, he came up missing.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? And now you in the NCAA tournament. A lot of these teams, man, got 5-year seniors.
They do.
And that's tough, man.
It's a big deal.
Your Michigan States, doggone Florida State, Miami, they have kids like that.
Well, they're 22, 23 years old, and some of them have been playing together for a while.
Yeah, these guys are just freshmen. And Coach K, he never liked the one and dones. But the last, 7 years, he been doing one and dones. You know what I'm saying? I guess because he knew he was on his way out and he wanted to win.
Yeah.
But we haven't been, I don't like the one and dones.
I don't either.
Yeah.
People
I think it messes the league up, the NBA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. People have said, wow, what's happened to Carolina's recruiting?
Yeah.
And it has gone down
in
the last 20 years. Mm-hmm. We've had some good players, but it's almost been better because we end up with third and fourth year players.
Yeah.
And that's how we won. Mm-hmm. So, it's
I've got an idea. Buck comes on Monday night. We do it every Monday night at 8 o'clock. Mm-hmm. And if Duke loses in the first 2 rounds, you don't have to come because it probably hurts too much.
Okay.
Because we're going to be talking about basketball.
Okay.
What I'm hoping, for the Monday night podcast, I hope Duke wins both games. I've never said that before in my life. And I hope UNC loses in one of the first 2 games.
I hope they use the first game.
Well, we're probably going to lose to Baylor if we don't lose to Marquette.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's going to be a tough second round.
But it's all good. There's no expectations on this side of the table.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Really, I don't think y'all was expecting that much this year. You know what I'm saying?
We played, I tell you, we played a lot better at the end of the season.
You did. You did.
The ACC tournament against Tech wasn't one of those games, but when we went to Hansbrough Indoor Stadium, and Lee even agrees, Hansbrough Indoor Stadium, and played that game, we looked great.
Yeah,
we could beat anybody if we played like that.
Y'all rebounded. Y'all shot. What's the long-headed guy?
Manic. Looks like Larry Bird's cousin.
Man. Oh my God,
kid out of Texas. Kid out of Texas.
I'm like, he's not going to hit it. But he's wide open.
He's a quick trigger too.
Yeah,
and he's 6'10", man. It's hard to.
Is he that tall?
He's tall kid.
Oh wow.
And then the boy from Richmond, he
Baycott,
killing them on the rebounds.
Went to Trinity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They wanted it at Trinity. Him and the kid Henry. Henry went to Duke, but Henry left. I don't know where the Henry at now.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so you ready for the last question?
Well, there's this question, then the next question.
Oh, okay. All right, so I briefed you a little bit.
Well, no. Plus, did you listen to all of Donnie's? Mm-hmm. Okay.
So you are a late night talk show host tonight. Mm-hmm. You get to pick a male guest, a female guest, a musical group, and a comedian. Could be dead or alive. Could be somebody from your family. Could be you might be going for ratings. You know, it could be anybody. But it's the Andre Buckner show tonight.
Okay. Comedian would be probably Red Fox. Red Fox, like that, or either
Man,
The best sitcom in the history of the world.
absolutely. Still watch it.
Sanford and Son. That's it. Female. I like to, let's say, Sade. I like to see what's in her mind.
Okay.
Because she's, man, she was smooth.
Smooth,
She was
talented.
smooth, yeah.
Oh, many a kids have been conceived listening to the show.
Yeah, Sade. Male or group or just singer or whatever, Prince.
Yeah.
Like that, Prince. And what was the other question?
So you've given me comedian, musical guest, and female. So now who's your male that you want to interview?
Can be anybody.
Anybody.
So far, a very good show, by the way.
Oh my gosh,
see.
Prince and Sade and Red Fox. I could listen to Red Fox for 4 hours straight.
Absolutely.
I would go with Malcolm X or either Martin Luther King.
Okay.
I like to just you read about it and you hear about it and stuff, but I would just like to just hear it.
I'd love to
You know
hear
what I'm
that.
saying? Yeah.
That'd be fantastic.
Two very bright, thoughtful, super brave
Yeah.
men. Yeah.
Absolutely. Good show.
That's a ridiculous show. That may be our best show
Yeah,
yet.
it might be. You may have won the contest if there was one.
I mean, he started with Red Fox and he got stronger as he went.
He did.
I didn't think that was
I
possible.
listened to Sade on the way home now.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I always loved her, man.
She-
And even like right now, she don't look like she's
Aged.
35, man. Yeah.
And how old is she now? In her
90?
She gotta be, man, at least 60 something.
I was going to say in her 60s. Yeah.
If that much. She might have started like real young. You know what I'm saying?
Smooth operator.
Oh yeah.
This is no ordinary love. Oh, there's so many.
You just
good-
keep going.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
used to love it.
Yeah, well, I mean, Kevin said it. A lot of people were conceived because of Sade's music.
Absolutely.
Prince too.
Yeah, that's true.
I wonder if anybody's conceived Red Fox doing stand-up.
Maybe he's pretty dirty.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Him and Rudy Ray Moore.
Oh my,
Yeah.
Rilo.
All right, Buck, tell us about your family.
My family. I'm married. I have, I guess, really 5 kids. 2 of my own. My daughter, I'm a grandfather now. I thought it was an age requirement for that.
Do you have a name that you go by as a grandfather?
He calls me Papa.
Buck. I'm not making this up.
He
My
calls me Papa.
my dad's grandpa name is Papa.
Okay. That's what's up.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, he called me Papa. And who else? Well, you got my wife. My sister's still around. My uncles. Well, I have 2 uncles left. My mom passed. Got a stepson that went to ODU. My daughter, she's just working. She works for Bond Secures. My wife is she's, I forgot but she works at Pitney Bowes, and she like does billing and all that stuff for them.
Yep.
Like that. Then it's my little son, the 10-year-old, and he keeps you, boy, Lord.
What's the age differences here with your kids?
You have one that's 28, 24.
28, Buck.
Yeah.
You're like 42. What are you talking about?
Yeah. And then 10.
10.
Yeah.
There's some Sade going on that night.
Yeah.
Wait.
that was it.
All right. So you know Rob Dole?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Rob takes notes typically, and so I'm going to put this recording out there for him before it gets published. He's gonna ask me why I didn't ask you for the names of your family members. So what's your wife's name?
Tyra.
And then your kids' names?
Davion, Ashley, and AJ, Andre Jr.
Okay. AJ, Andre Jr. I like that. And he's going to be in the league someday, maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
I can't wait. That's going to be fantastic.
I hope I'm around.
You will be.
But he's tough, man.
Well,
He's tough.
Well, we're all the same age, and you've got a 10-year-old. Kevin's got a 5-year-old.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Sade, man.
I remember him in diapers.
Yep. You definitely saw him in diapers.
Well, Buck, I've always remembered you as a very nice guy. I mean, you athletic as well, but more importantly, an extremely nice guy. And I told my parents that you were joining us, and they said, "Please tell Andre we said hello."
Tell him I said hello also.
I absolutely will. Thanks for doing this. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Buck.
Appreciate you.
Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to wherever you listen to podcasts. We'd also really appreciate if you'd rate and review us. You can find us at scodupodcast.com.